Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Akia Winterhawk. Some individuals may know me as Leslie. However, for the last 30 years or so, I have been utilizing the name Akia Winterhawk in all my writings as a sig file, That is the heart of who I am. And nothing gives me greater pleasure than to share with you the thing that I really enjoy doing, and that is helping people. And one of the main things that I enjoy doing is helping people overcome everyday challenges simply by helping them to look at it from a different perspective. And one of the main ways that I do that is utilizing the tarot, as well as my intuition and symbology, among other things. However, I was wanting to do a reading today for the harvest season starting today. And as well as many of you know, I launched Earth Healing Embrace website, blog as well. And began the process of an unveiling, so there will be much more to come. And I thank you very much for your patience. I appreciate all of the love and support and the comments that I have been receiving. It makes it that much more worth it for me to see that other people are paying attention and do want to know more about how to find alternative ways to overcome challenges that most people are just so busy and distracted that it eludes them, Oftentimes we're like a chicken running around chasing our own tails, trying to figure something out that's staring us in the face all along. And that is what I'm here for, to help you see those bits and pieces that you may not be able to understand or perceive under the duress that you've been under, or the chaos and confusion. So while I was meditating on the cards, I pulled a lesson card and to represent the overall theme for the harvest season. And the very first card that fell was the Field of Plenty. That in itself is a major indication of the abundant harvest that is about to ensue. And the thing about harvesting, whether that is in your gardens or reaping what you sow in life, the fact of it remains that it is all based on what you have put out. Whether it is positively or negatively aspected, we get back what it is that we are sending out. So one of the biggest messages of the Field of Plenty is the cornucopia and the abundant blessings that are always available to us, and that we get more than what we ask for. So we need to be conscious of what it is that we are sending out and what it is that we are asking for, because of the vibrational frequency that those things are sending out do impact and influence our lives, as well as sometimes sabotage us in our efforts to try to achieve certain endeavors. So the cornucopia was viewed heavily by the Native Americans as a symbol of the unlimited abundant harvest that was available to us, not only from the Creator, but also from Mother Earth. They had learned many ways in which they could increase their yield. And in life, we also have the ability to increase and decrease our yield simply by the vibration we're sending out. If we are constantly dwelling on negative things, then we're just going to get a bunch of negative things to come into our life to prove to ourselves that we can handle whatever it is that comes into our life. But if we're focusing on a lot of positive things and positive energy being emitted from us, then we're going to be attracting more positive experiences, more positive opportunities and people into our lives. The cornucopia has a small end, which is always pointed towards heaven, and the large end is always pointed towards the earth, which represented the fact that we are given more than what we ask for. So be careful of what it is that you're asking for, what it is that you're trying to manifest in your life. You can't go around all mad at everybody and having an attitude and expect to manifest good things in your life. You're going to manifest a bunch of resistance and confrontation and things that are going to challenge you to try to break you out of that mindset or that cycle that you have gotten yourself stuck in. So another thing with the field of plenty is that we limit our own abundance by the way what we think and our belief systems around abundance and around what abundance actually is. We have been conditioned to believe certain precepts about how this is considered taking abundance too far, or this really isn't an acceptable form of abundance. Abundance is abundance, good or bad. It doesn't matter which one it is. You're attracting either or depending on whatever it is that you're vibrating. So if you've been sowing a lot of good seeds in your life and you've been trying to plant a bountiful harvest, preparing for one, then this is a sure sign that one is on the way. It is definitely a time of reaping what we sow. All the energy and effort that we're putting into things are going to start paying off, especially during this month. The Lion's Gateway is 8/8. The 888 Gateway is what they call it. Is a astrological alignment that occurs whenever the sun is in Leo. And right now, as many of you have noticed, there has been a lot of strengthening taking place, a lot of things that are requiring courage and forging ahead. Just like Samson, no matter how small he may have been, he was strong enough to take down the lion, because he had the faith that he would be able to do it. And that's another thing. The field of plenty is all about having faith that our Creator, the universe, great mystery, whatever you want to conceptualize that to mean to you personally, is always providing your needs. And if it's something that you may not understand why you're not manifesting, consider that a blessing in disguise. Because the fact of the matter is, we cannot see that far into the future to know if something is to our highest good or not. We have a very limited vision of how far we can perceive. And only with consistent practice can you stretch those boundaries, which is what I try to teach other people how to do. Don't just take things at face value. Do your own research. Figure out what things mean. Don't always assume that somebody else knows what it means. Don't assume that just because such and such said it was, that was the gospel, because spirituality is an individual relationship and process between the Creator and each individual. to be expressed in whichever way resonates with that person. So to judge another, we are judging ourselves, and we are inviting that judgment into our lives. So again, reaping what you sow, be wary of judgments. This is a time to be creative. It's, the getting ready to go into the dog days of summer. We're in this powerful energy still with Leo, and that represents the South and the fire energy and spontaneity and living your passion and remembering the joyful bliss that you experienced as a child. And remember that when we become so hardened by life that we can't enjoy it anymore, then we really need to lighten up, that we are taking things way too seriously, because after all, everything is an illusion, and we must be able to see beyond that to get to the real root cause of what is going on, and to make sense of what goes on in our lives and in our world, to a higher degree. So I'm so excited that this card came out as first. Honestly, it fell out while I was shuffling, and it was just so synchronistic to what I had already been feeling and what so many other astrologers and numerologists and tarot readers as well have been feeling, that this Leo season is going to really come with a bang before it goes into Virgo. So those cards were from the Sacred Path cards from Jamie Sams. Those are Native American based. And those are amazing cards that help you understand the interconnectedness of all things. Help you to understand the relationship and the influence that things have on everything else, rippling out into infinity. If you think about it, what we do to others, we essentially do to ourselves, and what we're doing to ourselves, we're doing to everyone else, So it's very much a time for being mindful of how we judge others as well as how we judge ourselves. But when judging ourselves, it's good to do so in a healthy way, not as in a means to degrade yourself to be, suicidal or so down and out that you don't feel like you'll ever come back up. Just remember, there's been a lot of tower moments going on for a lot of individuals, and that tearing down is a necessary part of the process to help put things into place. Things may seem like they're falling apart, but in reality, they're falling into place. I'm going to pull 10 of Pentacles. This is definitely a time of abundance. It's a time of family. It's a time of connecting with family, connecting with our children, our home, paying attention to the fruits of our labor and the abundance that is coming into our lives. Being thankful not just for the abundance coming into our lives now, but the future abundance as well. You must have faith in the fact that whatever you need will find its way to you no matter what. Which is also a major lesson for the Field of Plenty card. We're so busy sometimes complaining and looking at the scarcity and the lack of things that we have, that we fail to see the things that we that are the most important to us and provide us with the greatest blessings, even if they are blessings in disguise. You know, and the Ten of Pentacles is one of the best cards that you can get from the Minor Arcana, with the fact that this shows a home that has foundation and security, a loving mother and father, children, grandchildren, whatever, smooth emotional waters, see the sturdy foundation, you know, and that's what all this is showing you, that over this past year that that many individuals, myself included, and most everyone I know even, has experienced in some way or another a towering moment in which things fell apart. Relationships, jobs, whatever. Things breaking down, things not planning out the way they expected. But this is saying, hey, hang on. Guess what? Those energies were the old energies. We're now in the new energies. Mercury just went direct yesterday. You know, we've had so many of the major planets in retrograde, which were just barreling everything at us and bombarding us, forcing us to change and to transition out of our stuck attitudes and belief systems that were causing limitations. You know, that is a very awesome indication that our rewards are going to be better than what we expected. You know, if we have been planting good seeds all along, whatever those seeds are, whether they're, you know, positive thoughts about ourselves, others, or life, or whatever, our actions and deeds, if we've been positively trying to flow with life instead of resist it, this is one of the best rewards that could come in, you know. A stable home and family, love, emotional and financial stability. That's amazing combination with the Field of Plenty. So, over the next few months, things are going to be surfacing in such a way that you will realize your blessings on a whole new magnitude and level than we previously have been able to conceptualize, especially after August the 8th, and as we head into the Virgo season. King of Pentacles. Look at this. This is the stable father figure who is very secure and abundant. He has built a great foundation for himself that is stable, and green pastures everywhere. Even in the rolling hills, it's all green. There's everything about this states a steady and secure foundation, material and financial wealth. And the stag, how appropriate with the seasonal change. Today is Lammas, by the way. Many individuals may not know what that is, but that is a pagan holiday that represented the abundance of the harvest, the beginning of the harvest season. And not just pagans. Many cultures celebrated August the 1st as a means for that purpose, to celebrate the harvest that was coming into their lives, as well as celebrating the harvest that they had just received or were beginning to receive. But the stag is very important in Celtic mythology. that is a sign of a king, an abundant, stable king that has built his foundation very, very strategically and well. Look, this was the devil energy that come out. But when it come out of my hands, whoops, sorry, it was actually in reverse. So many individuals may find themselves dropping old habits, old belief systems, unhealthy and toxic relationships, outdated emotional debris, karmic junk, misaligned jobs. You know, people are going to be dropping things that control them, things that limit and control them. They will be lessening those that control them, or those things that controls them's grip on their life in whatever way that may be, whether that is a habit or whether that is an attitude or unhealthy toxic relationships, a bad diet, you know, whatever. This signifies that those things are not going to control your life anymore. You are going to become more masterful at being the one in control of your life instead of allowing others to control. Now, if that would have been in the regular position, then that would have showed that, you know, freedom had not yet been attained or was not yet being sought, because we're often like puppets on a string, you know, and constantly being controlled, manipulated by others. The Four of Swords, which is really not surprising considering the fact that with this coming out, you know, you're going to want to decide what it is. What direction is it that you want to go in your life? What direction is it that you are trying to aim for with your work, with your family? You know, what decisions are you trying to make? Do you need to reevaluate your life and see things from an objective point of view that you previously hadn't? You know, sometimes we have to step outside of ourselves to look at things to see, hey, what is it that's working in our life and what isn't working in our life? And the things that aren't working in our life, we have to make that decision in order to release those things. Sometimes we have to give away everything in order to gain the most, you know, or we may need to sacrifice a little and gain, you know, a lot or whatever. I don't know how to express it in that moment. It's gone. But anyway, my point being, because my time is limited on my video, decisions are going to be being made as to which things need to be released, what direction is going to be sought after, and what habits and stuff need to be released so that you can take full advantage of this harvest season. And if you aren't building if your house isn't built on a steady foundation, these things are going to be manifesting. You'll see improvements in things over the next 10 days, weeks, or months. But the Field of Plenty is showing that there's going to be an abundant harvest. And I really hope that it has been a positive harvest, or will be a positive harvest for all of the viewers. The cards certainly indicate that it's going to be. Now, mind you that these are a generalized reading. They may reflect some things within your life, and they may not. Take what resonates and leave the rest. The fact is, there's 6 billion people in the world, and I'm doing a general for, the collective. So, if you want a personalized reading, feel free to go to earthshealingembrace.com/WordPress and I will be more than happy to do a personalized reading for you. And I appreciate everyone's patience while I get everything configured and situated and better prepared to make this a more pleasant experience for you, in which you will learn as well as enjoy expanding your mind. And I'll give one more clarifier. Yes, it's time to stop being a victim. And it's time to seek justice in following your own passions. Stop doing what everybody else wants you to do. Stop listening to everybody else nagging, telling you should do this and you should do that. It is time for you to stand in your power, to cut out the toxic crap, and whether that's thinking or attitudes or old emotional crap that you're just holding on to and dwelling on. And it's just time to stop. Evaluate your life. Decide what direction you're going on that is going to best suit you personally and help you live your passion and achieve whatever goals you personally have set for yourself. What it is within your own heart you feel led to do with your life. It's no longer time to play the victim. And it's no longer time to listen to what everybody else is trying to tell you to do. This right here is literally saying it is time to cut out the crap. You might have 9 swords standing there against you, but you have one mighty sword. You can liken it to the sword of Michael if you want to, and even call upon him to help you cut out all the crap that you need to, that is not healthy and does not benefit your spiritual and personal growth. And I hope that is in a positive and healing way, and that is always in what way that I try to present things, because there is no good or bad. It is literally a matter of perspective. They're the same thing, just different parts of the spectrum of an emotion or an idea or a thought or whatever dualistic analogy or whatever you want to give. It's still, everything is like a double-edged sword. It's both. And you have to take the good with the bad, and you have to realize that within everything there are lessons to learn, and that the best way to forge ahead is to pay attention. Listen to the messages being conveyed to you. Even if that means going within yourself and following what Spirit has to say. And when I'm saying Spirit, I'm specifically talking about you know, the Creator, your divine spirit, and connection with that creative life force, you know, what intuitively you are being drawn to do. It doesn't matter what the offer is, you know. Seek solace to know what it is that you want, even if you must go it alone for a while. The Five of Pentacles shows that there is abundance right there available. There are resources always available. Always available. We just need to know how to look, where to look, pay attention to the signs. But we also need to know when it's time to walk away from certain things that are not serving a purpose. So, with that, I will pull up, look here, Nine of Pentacles. I don't have to pull anything. Nine of Pentacles comes up to show that this will be a time of getting everything put together and everything in alignment that will serve your highest good, that will help you build a strong foundation for your family and for yourself, help you attain the goals and dreams that you are trying to seek, and knowing that you always have the power within yourself to manifest whatever it is that you need, and always have faith and believe that whatever it is that you need will be provided, because we're always blessed with more than what we need. But remember, divine will always supersedes our own, and we must always be humble in acceptance of that and recognize that that which does not come to us at that time is a blessing in disguise, and that just means if not that, then something better. As well as the fact that, you know, when I do readings, they are timeless, and they may resonate for you regardless of what your sign is. Even if I do specifically do signs and I have a cross watcher that's maybe looking to see if I'm doing Leo or Capricorn or whatever. The fact of the matter is, it may apply to you. Nothing is ever set in stone. Everything is changing moment by moment with each thought, with each word, with each deed. Therefore, these are only intended as a means to help you understand from a different perspective a little bit more about what is going on within your life and whatever situation it is that you are pondering. You know, it's simply a tool. It is not, this is a guaranteed, this is going to happen, because tarot does not work that way. It is not a prediction. It is simply an assessment of the energies and elements and influences that are around at the given time of the reading, and they will change and are likely to change, and these are things that may happen right now, may be currently happening. They may have had happened recently or in the past, or they are likely to happen in the future if things continue as they are in the present moment at the time of the reading. So again, there is never a guarantee that anything that the cards reveal will be set in stone. It is merely a tool used for contemplation to gain insight and understanding into your own personal path. And again, everybody has their own individual path that they walk. The path that I walk may not resonate with everybody else, and the path that everybody else walks may not resonate with everybody else as well, or with me. But the fact is, I try to be very neutral. That is why I've studied so hard to be able to come from such a neutral ground that I can communicate with people no matter what their culture, no matter what the belief system, or no matter what the barriers and gaps are. You know, I feel like part of my job is to bridge the gap in cultures and people. You know, if everybody would pay attention, we all bleed. and we all have breath. We are all one. And anything that is designed, or anything that seems that it is intending to separate us and divide us, is designed to bring us closer together. We just have to see through the illusion, and we have to believe that unified we are stronger than we are whenever we are separated and hating on everybody. So please, everybody, I appreciate y'all so much. Peace, love, and light, compassion. Be a blessing to yourself by blessing other people. And I'm telling you, it will come back to you tenfold. Always, always give to others, and it will come back to you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not in the way you expect, but it will always come back to you. And believe that you have the ability to manifest anything that you need within your life if you believe that you can. The field of plenty is here. Make sure that you're manifesting good, positive things in your life. Let go of all the negative stuff that's not serving any purpose, whether it's old, outdated beliefs, ideas, emotions, crazy junk that you've been thinking about, and just it takes up space. Listen, a cup that is full has no more room, no matter how much space is in it. You have to empty it out and release it in order for more to come into it. You might have been having hit and miss, but you empty that cup, all that stuff that's been holding, you've been holding on inside of you, and it will revolutionize your life. I'm telling you, you let go of all that crap, and you start listening to what spirit and through your intuition tells you and guides you, and your life will be forever changed. I'm telling you. And, you know, I'm telling you, as a preacher, an ordained minister, and I have been, you know, I was baptized when I was 11 years old. You know, I may not walk the same path that everybody else that walks does, but I'm telling you what, I believe in the Creator and the Father, and I believe in the Son. And I'm telling you all that if you will just believe that whatever you need will come to you, it will come to you. But you got to believe it. You got to have faith. Always have faith. Even when the world is against you, you have faith that whatever you feel within your soul and within your heart is meant for you. It will find its way to you. Again, thank you all so much. I didn't mean for this to get so emotional, but, you know, my message is just so strong. I've been holding all this stuff in for so many years, and it's about to get real. But anyway, I really appreciate you. Please check out my site. It's earthhealingembrace.com/WordPress with a big W and a big P. And if you'd like to have your own reading, please book one now. I'm more than happy to do a one-on-one like this with you. And y'all take care. Much love and many blessings. Good night.